Judy Cornwall, Lenny Bennett, Jilly Cooper, each waiting to draw a blank here on Blankety Blank, with the Blankety Blankets hosting the show, Terry Wogan.
Thank you, my men. Hi, gang. Hi. Gives you a warm glow. Let's meet the public. That's John and Jill. John, what do you do?
I'm a banker, Terry.
Ah. Now, what do you... you behind the counter or in the faster recesses of the bank?
The faster recesses, calling in your overdraft, things like that.
I see. You know more about me than you're letting on. Jill, what about you? Are you a simple, down-to-earth country girl?
I'm an education officer in the Women's Royal Air Force.
As I said. OK, now I'm going to ask you to pick question A or B in Blankety Blank. It's a simple idea. At least it was when we started out. All I do is give you a sentence from this, from which a word has been excised or expunged, leaving there a blank. You've got to substitute that word, as indeed our celebrities have to as well. When they match... Sorry. When they match a blank with your blank...
Just a moment. Celebrities.
Somebody throw them some more money.
Yeah.
When they match a blank with your blank, then you get a point. OK. That goes for both of you. I think we'll have ladies first. John, if you'll be so gallant. Gracious to the last. Jill, would you like A or B? They can be difficult or easy, but there's no way of telling.
A.
Why
Terry,
then did they divide them into A and B?
Terry.
Yes?
The A is the one with the sharp top on it.
I had picked that out before you told me. Just.
If you were a domino, you'd be a double blank.
My mother always told me to ignore people like that. When Rudolf Nureyev got into his When Rudolf Nureyev got into his ballet tights the other evening, you can imagine how upset he became to discover blank had climbed in with him. That one's for you, Jill. Now think about it. And as for you, put up your hand when you've written it down, please.
I haven't written, I just want to leave the room.
I see. Who can blame you? When Rudolf Nureyev got into his ballet tights the other evening, you can imagine how upset he became to discover blank had climbed in with him. That's not easy, is it, that?
Fairly easy.
Jill, when Rudolf Nureyev got into his ballet tights the other evening, you can imagine how upset he became to discover blank had climbed in with him.
Well, all I can think of is ants in his pants.
Discovered ants had climbed in with him. Fair enough.
Can we have another go?
You may not touch your card after the great word has been spoken. Ants is the answer as given. It was a difficult one, and Jill has had a shot. And you have written a tome, I can see. Peter Jones?
Well, I did borrow this, and that's my... Can you read that?
When Rudolf Nureyev got into his ballet tights the other evening, you can imagine how upset he became to discover the backside of the pantomime horse that climbed in. Not bad. I hate to say it, but it's not bad. Wendy Craig.
Well, I don't see why I should be upset by this, but maybe Margot Fontaine had climbed in with them.
Stranger things have happened, although it would have been a snug fit, wouldn't it?
Well, I've got a pretty tight fit here because it, obviously...
Lucky devil.
No, I wasn't talking about that. No, it seemed to me that when putting his tights on, Cyril Smith, the world hang gliding champion, certainly climbed in with it, but I wasn't desperately sure. And on second thoughts, I also plumped heavily for Margot Fontaine.
Yes, I would have plumped for Margot Fontaine. I hope she wouldn't take offence.
Yeah, but he was upset. He wouldn't be upset about her getting in, would he?
How much do you know about Rudolph? Judy.
Judy. Very good.
Who?
Grandma Walter.
Oh, Grandma Walter.
I thought it would be funny if Larry Grayson got in with him. But then I thought he had to be upset, didn't he? And he might not have been upset about that. So I thought what would upset him would have been Brezhnev.
And my, how it's spelled.
Near enough.
Yeah, of course not for
Tell me,
jazz.
was that Margot Brezhnev or...
Rudolph Grayson. Lenny.
This is most embarrassing, because my whole act has just been done.
It never takes that long,
It's very
usually.
embarrassing. You see, the thing is... OK, Terry, that's one to you. There are too many jokes about Rudolf Nureyev and the 2 pounds of sprouts and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I heard Judy do the joke about Larry Grayson, you know, and it never got a laugh, and how embarrassing, because I've done it as well.
This is, I mean, I'm sure Larry Grayson would be delighted to have his name mentioned in this context.
Glad to be in the Times, that's for certain. Right.
I'm afraid great minds think alike, too.
Margot Fontaine, good answer, you see. Unfortunately, none of them tied in with ants, Jill, which was your answer. John, we'll move to you speedily. A or B?
B, please, Terry.
B. Well, now, Jill has got none in the first round, but she could well have a blister in the next time round, so don't get cocky. My wife's best friend's husband is such a royalist, he's got a Union Jack tied to his blank. My wife's best friend's husband is such a royalist, he's got a Union Jack tied to his blank. His blank, Wendy.
Blank.
Not likely. Okay. We'll go across to you. I'm afraid we've let the worst element in tonight. My wife's best friend, John, husband, is such a royalist that he's got a Union Jack tied to his...
Flag mast.
Flag mast. There's a man who wants to keep his job in the bank. Peter Jones, he's got a Union Jack tied to it because he's such...
Yes, I do know one or two people who've got musical toilets. And, in America, mostly. But they play a little tune every time you put the seat down, actually. And I thought he might have
What do they do
had
when you
this.
put it up?
I think they remain silent.
They ask if you're a nun, actually.
But I thought he might, in that case, have it tied to his chain. No.
That's a jolly good answer, though, Peter.
I didn't even understand it.
We're getting to you. We're
That's
getting...
all right. I've won.
Wendy. My wife's best friend's husband's such a royalist, he's got a Union Jack tied to his...
I went blank and put TV aerial, which is what is it?
But a raspberry. Billy Tidy.
Well, I don't like people call me Billy, Terry.
Tidy Bill.
Oh, that's all right, then. And my wife's best friend, we're all very fond of Long John Silver in our house, and I thought of a one-legged gent, perhaps, with a flags tied to his wooden leg, but that transpired, actually, to Flagstaff.
Flagstaff. Dinner for you, John. Well done, Bill. Judy Cornwall, there's no need to hide it like that, dear.
Well, I thought doorknob.
Yes, it could happen.
Play the game.
Stranger things
Not
have
bad at all.
happened. People with flags tied to their
A
doorknobs.
Union Jack tied to his... Larry Grayson. No,
No.
wrong one. Just a minute.
It's not bad, though.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. John, another winner for you. Flagpole.
Jimmy Cooper. And the Union Jack tied to his
Well, I thought he was such a real royalist, he even had it tied to his...
rupture appliance. You really would want to be a royalist for that, wouldn't you? All right. That means that you got one at the last count for the flagpole. You got two. Hats off and Grom McCree to you, John, but we've got another round to go. So we'll go back to you, Jill. You got none in the first round. Let's see, A or B?
B.
B it is. Me proud beauty. Let's see. On her first day at the nudist camp, Miss...
Oh, Phil.
I won't lie to you, it is dirty. It is dirty. On her first day at the nudist camp, Miss Goodbody screamed when she backed into a blank. So this is for you, Jill. On her first day at the nudist camp, Miss Goodbody screamed when she backed into a blank? Want to say anything yet? Answering smartly. You've got to catch up here. You're 2 behind on this, Jill. Still plenty of room to catch up. On her first day at the nudist camp, Miss Goodbody screamed when she backed into a blank.
Hollybush.
When she backed into a holly bush. Good. Good. She would. I would. Peter.
You're not telling us where they are. I mean, I've got 2 possibilities, you see. I can't decide
You
which...
can't...
If she was in South America, she might...
Yes,
back into
quite.
that.
I don't think she's in South America.
No.
I think if
more
she were in
domestic.
South America, we'd be doing the show there. I think...
What a good idea.
And if we were doing the show in South America, I wouldn't tell you.
We take them. Well, then she might be doing it here.
Nearly right, you see. That's bad luck.
Nearly
A
right.
pistol.
Nearly. What's that mean?
Somebody at the door, I think, isn't it?
We'll accept the pistol. The pistol has been accepted because I'm a warm-hearted fool. Wendy Craig.
Well, in order that Jill shouldn't get prickly,
Oh,
I thought Hollybush.
Holly Bush. Bust my britches.
Well, now, when one does one back into it, a nudist camp, it can only be, in my opinion, the gentleman cutting the hedge on a 16-foot ladder. That was only a half an opinion.
I see. You're giving us 3 opinions for the price of 1, are you?
Would you like a second opinion?
I would.
A gooseberry bush.
A gooseberry bush is one.
Oh, play the game. A gooseberry bush is
A
nearly
gooseberry
a holly
bush is not a holly bush.
I was going
I'm only
to
looking
put...
at the card.
I was going to put bush,
What are you doing that for? Show us. Show us.
and then I changed my mind.
Backed into the postman. Lenny,
Could you repeat the question?
you. On her first day at the nudist camp, Miss Goodbody screamed when she backed into a black...
Another nudist.
Another... You ought to have made it clear which direction the other nudist was going. Ginny Cooper, you have the eccentric answer.
No, I had very, very small holly bushes, a bed of nettles.
A bed of nettles. Hard luck. Well, several holly bushes you got there, didn't you? 2. I think they're telling me it's 2. That's 2 to you, Jill. And it's 2 each, in fact. So this is your chance to roar ahead into a lead and take part in our super match, John. Okay. A. I've had a chance to act this week.
Go ahead.
Good.
I think we've got it here. In the restaurant...
Oh, Margaret Rutherford. Very good.
I haven't started.
Oh, sorry. Beg your pardon.
In the restaurant, Fanny Craddock said to the waiter, and this is where the story really starts. These steaks are so... I'm enjoying it anyway. These steaks are so much like rubber, they have blank stamped on them. I have to tell you that as far as John's concerned, Bill and Lenny don't have to answer.
Oh, sir.
Because, of course, you got it right the last time.
Thank God. Because
Yeah.
I want to ask you, is there a tea at Michelin?
You know, I'm
Sorry.
BBC.
Cancel that. Cancel that.
I want Peter and Wendy and Judy and Jilly answering this.
I
Peter...
saw Jilly's. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh. I think I can see it from where I'm standing as well.
Lenny, they've got it in for us because we're old Harrovians. That's the trouble.
Okay, enough, you swine. Let's go across then and ask you. In the restaurant, Fanny Craddock said to the waiter, these steaks are so much like rubber, they have blank stamped on them.
Cross-ply.
Cross-ply. Very good.
You're not allowed to use a trade name, are you?
What it is...
If
is
you
what
want...
happens
Will you
is
be...
that
Oi!
You just know what cross-ply is.
Television program.
Where people forget the words.
Just like this one. Okay.
You're not allowed to mention a trade name,
Who
are you?
says you're not?
Well, the BBC say you're not.
That's right.
But in actual fact, I could do with a new set of tyres.
Very well done.
But it could mean that... it could mean that I get a new set of tyres and never work for the BBC again.
It's worth it!
That's what I say. That's what I say. was going to say, but I'm not used to this sort of hugger-mugger type of show. Produce of Hong Kong.
Produce of Hong Kong. That could be anything. They have produce of Hong Kong stamped on. It's very good.
On the rubber tyre.
Quite, I get it. Yeah. I'm not saying I like it. I get it.
No, I didn't like it
Wendy
much.
Craig, yeah.
I was trying to think of sort of garagey things like cross-ply.
Sickens you, doesn't it? Yeah.
I
What did you
thought I
get?
came up with
Radio. Breaks a boy's heart. We've had you already. Okay.
Michelin, get some
Judy.
tires.
Judy.
I couldn't think of what all those cross things
No,
were.
they're hard to think of.
So I thought of something that was rubber.
Rubber boots. Rubber boots. You're not doing too good this time, John. All right, Jilly. This could be it.
I thought of rubber too.
Did you? Oh.
I'll tell you what, Billy, just a minute. I tell you, to be fair, if I get a set of tyres, what's she going to get? And you're going to get some Wellingtons. Sorry about that.
All right, that means that you're 2 points each after 2 rounds, so we've come to a tiebreaker situation. Now, in the tiebreaker situation, I'm going to ask you a blankety-blank question. I'm going to ask you to write down, obviously without letting the others see, your answer, and then I shall go to our distinguished panelists and ask them one at a time to say what they think the blankety-blank answer is. If one of them coincides with what you've written down, up in the air with your answer. And first one up gets through to the matchbreaker, okay? Right. Tiebreaker it is then, and here's the question. At the office party, Nigel knew that his boss would get plastered and do his usual sliding down the banister. So he put blank on it. At the office party, you don't have to write this down, celebrities, just keep it in your keen brains, preparing to trot it out. And I'll start with you, Peter. At the office
Of course,
party.
you don't know many people at this party, do you? I mean, one can sort of choose anybody.
Yes, but this is Nigel.
Yes, well, he could put Thelma on the bottom of the banisters.
He wouldn't want to do that for the boss, would he?
Well, if he was really creeping, as you must know.
Oh, yes, I know that too well. Yeah.
Or he could put something to slow him down, or something to speed him up.
How many answers are you going to give us to this simple
No, how many floors is he going down?
We'll assume there's only one story.
Well, I think he might put a mattress.
A mattress on the banister. And 2
Then he's
contestants.
got 2 options.
Yes, there's no use explaining it now. Please, I'll be the judge of whether it's a nice one. Oh, no, you won't. Wendy Craig.
I think it depends whether he liked his boss or not. I think if he didn't like him, he'd take the knob off the bottom and put grease on it.
Grease! Grease! We got it! Come on, Wendy. And well done, Jill. Congratulations, and I think you'll agree both contestants did very well after that tiebreaker. Thank you very much for taking part. Our blankety-blank pen goes to you, John. May you use it in good health in the bank. Thank you. Very well. Very well. Thank you for your applause, panel.
Wonderful, wonderful. You deserved every
Makes a
bit.
person feel wanted. Now, Hazel and Nigel are our next 2 contestants in the blankety-blank. Welcome to both of you. Hazel, what do you do?
I work in a small publishing company in London.
Producing small books or big ones?
Both.
A versatile but small publishing company, Hazel.
It's quality, not quantity.
Quite. That's what I always say. It's my excuse.
Small books like The Great Book of Irish Intellectuals. That's the kind of book she does.
Don't give him opportunities like that, please. Nigel, what do you do?
Well, I spend quite a lot of time at Christmas parties.
Do you? You mean right through the summer?
No, I mean, just a little joke.
Ah.
I'm a teacher.
Yes, I bet that your pupils think you're very amusing. I bet they have to, otherwise you'd give them a thump in the ear. All right, you've got the triangles, you've got the circles, Hazel. I think if Hazel doesn't mind, since we gave the young lady first chance, we'll ask you to have first go, Nigel. Let me explain again. In Blankety Blank, we read out a sentence or a clause in which a vital word is missing. That's the blank. You've got to fill in that blank, and so too have our celebrities. If their blanks match your blanks, then you get a point for each one you match. Okay?
Right.
A or B?
A, please.
Doesn't matter which you pick, A or B, they're all equally foolish. I hear you can't get in to see Evita. The ticket office said that last night they actually had people standing in the blank. Standing in the blank, queuing for Evita. Try not to let your imaginations run riot here. They're standing in the blank. I saw that, Stevens.
No, there's Stevens. I'm Bennett.
Oh, there's Stevens. It's just... You're so alike.
Go on. He's all upset.
You're so alike in height.
Yes, it's at times like this you wish you could have lived.
All right, we're all ready with the hands up in the air. We'll ask you first, Nigel. Standing in the...
Aisles.
In the aisles. Ah, you see.
Tautological. Will you repeat the question again? I get the impression that the people are actually outside the theatre. Did you...
Have you ever met such a picky crowd?
No. How I understood it was this.
In the aisles.
Right.
Standing in the aisles they were, Peter, were
Yes,
they?
I got that.
They were in the aisles. So, boo to the tautology. Awful, isn't it?
They're terrible. They're like a lot of children, aren't they? I'm in the right programme, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I did so hope that my blank would match up with Nigel's blank. But I put street, because I thought they were outside the theatre.
Now, don't start in on me.
Well, they were outside. Either they were standing in
I've had a lot
that.
of trouble like that all his life.
I'm the only one who can see that.
But no, they were standing either in that, and they were outside. They could only be standing in the rain.
This was an English summer. There was no rain. We've got one aisles matching up with Nigel. Never mind all these accusations.
Tell them, Judy, for goodness
Judy,
sake.
hit him.
They would queue outside, but they would stand in the aisle.
Aisles!
This is most embarrassing, you see, because I thought that the tickets were so hard to get that people would do anything to get them. And I said that they would be standing in the nude, but I thought that wouldn't be right. So I did actually say balcony.
Good. Thank heaven for that. I'd hate to have said nude.
Thank you very much indeed. You feel better for that?
Jilly Cooper, I'm sorry for whom you're sitting beside, or indeed in front of, but at the same time, can we persuade you to give us a nod?
I've got a lovely hat trick, look.
Aisles again! A it is. Hazel has asked for A, and I've got the card upside down. I'll... Again. One of the reasons that Bruce Forsyth didn't want to stay with the Generation Game was because in the last show, he caught his blank in the sliding door. Make what you will of this. One of the reasons that Bruce Forsyth didn't want to stay with the Generation Game was... because on the last show, he caught his blank in the sliding door. I can't go on talking forever, you know.
It seems like it.
The answer. Hazel, one of the reasons that Bruce Forsyth didn't want to stay with the Generation Game was because on the last show, he caught his blank in the sliding doors.
His chin.
His chin in the sliding doors. A good answer.
Haven't got chin.
Haven't you?
No, I didn't think of that, you know. My mind went over his whole anatomy and I decided to play safe.
Sorry, I haven't got chin either. I've got nose for
Well,
some
that's
reason.
close enough to you. It's either the nose or the chin or the contract. What is it, Bill?
Are we still friends? Okay, well, there's only one sliding door I know at Grotworth Television. But I think it could only have been...
His chin! Bill Tidy strikes again. Little Judy Cornwall. No!
I've seen Bruce dance.
Truss! Can't be right. Chili Cooper. Mustache! When did he grow him? Oh, he has one. Yeah, you're perfectly right. Did you?
What a truss.
Hazel, I think you got 1 point there.
2.
And
I had chin.
only 1 had chin.
Yeah, but mine counts as 2.
How did you have the first round, Nigel? 2.
What is a double chin?
Yes!
Well, Hazel, you got 1 point in that. Nigel got 3. We move into the second round, and for goodness sake, don't ask me for anything from batch A, will you? Do us a favour.
I'll take the bead.
I'm somehow strangely pleased to hear you say that, Nigel. The first elephant said to the second...
Oh, I know this.
It's an elephant joke. An elephant joke at this stage. Noah really has set up some tough rules. Before you can get into his ark, you have to go through blank. Okay, and for this, of course, all we're asking for is Wendy and Bill and Lenny. They're the only ones we have to work here. Wendy, Bill and Lenny, because you got 3 points with Peter and Judy and Jilly. Wendy, Bill and Lenny, please. Your thoughts on this.
Oh, I'm
Ready?
not working it.
Wendy, Bill and Lenny. Okay, what's your answer? The first elephant said to the second, Noah really has set up some tough rules. Before you can get into his ark, you have to go through...
The trunk exchange.
The trunk exchange. Good. Good. Moving right along here to Wendy. Before you get into his ark, what has the elephant got to do?
Go through hell and high water.
But wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
Right, Robert.
Right, wrong, right.
I think I can be even wronger than that, you know. I had a...
I can believe it.
I thought it was medical, actually, and I had to go through purgatory. And then, actually, I just thought it was customs.
Well,
You see, you will deal
Customs
with these
is Lenny,
people
it's
of
up to
little
you, it's
wit.
up to
You
you.
will deal with these people of little wit.
trunks. Trunks, that will do. Good. And that's it. 1 from Lenny, that makes you 4, so you've got 3 to catch up with, Hazel. That's not going to be easy with the kind of people we have in here. Blankety blanks, then, and here we go. I'm never going to use my local pest exterminator again. Certainly, he killed all the woodworm in my house, but he used a blank to do it. I am never going to use my local pest exterminator again. He certainly killed all the woodworm in my house, but he used a blank to do it. Now, we want Peter and Wendy, Judy, Lenny and Jilly in this, and we leave Bill out of this. Nothing personal, I just want you out of it, that's
Oh,
all.
wink's as good as a nod to a
Yeah,
blind
no,
man,
just
believe
get out
me.
of it. Everybody written?
Yes? No, but she doesn't know the question.
Say it again.
No, all right. I'm never going to use my local pest exterminator again. Certainly. He killed all the woodworm in my house, but he used a blank to do it. What was it about the different accent that caused the inspiration?
It was the Irish accent.
God love you for a lovely man, Terry. You're a wonderful fellow.
Here we go, then. It's been so long since I asked the question, I've forgotten who I asked. Who is it? Hazel. Right. It's my fine brain finally going. I'm never going to use my local pest exterminator again. Certainly he killed all the woodworm in my house, but he used a blank to do it.
A bulldozer.
A bulldozer. Very good answer. A bulldozer.
What was that again?
Will you quit that writing? Peter.
Yes, I didn't think of anything as big as a bulldozer. I was more modest.
A drill. Yes, not enough, I'm afraid. No. But a jolly
Sorry
good
about
effort.
that.
A good effort. Thank you. No, very nice. Nice to see Peter doing well.
Yes, I don't really care, to be
Neither
honest.
do I on board. It's different. Wendy.
Yeah, well, I thought of something even bigger than a drill.
Neutron bombs. Neutron
Fun
bombs.
word to throw into a family show.
Neutron bombs.
She did.
Neutron
For a
bombs.
house.
For a house.
The woman was mad, demented.
You don't have
Well,
to
it
take
did
it.
kill the woodworm.
Please, let's try and keep the whole thing happy, jolly, and
quite
bright.
right, right.
Yeah, I know you're happy.
Because you
Wendy.
gave me a clue.
Thank you, Wen.
Because you said it was the wood worm, you
the
said.
wood wine. What? That was a clue.
So I said the only thing to me that would kill a worm would be a boyd.
A boy. Very good. It wasn't right, but it was good.
I'm still trying to recover from the neutron bomb for a little house. Oh, God, hydrogen bomb.
Chicken. What is a new hydrogen bomb?
Jilly Cooper.
I've been wonderful, look.
Look what you've done. I'm All right, that leaves the score with Nigel 4, Hazel 2. We've been delighted to see you, Hazel. I hope you'll accept our blankety blank pen.
I've no choice.
And do what you blankety blank. I've no choice, she said.
You don't have to, Hazel. You don't have to take
Don't
it.
go, Hazel. Don't go.
No, stay
And
there and annoy him.
congratulations
Go
to
on, just sit
Nigel.
there.
Nigel, come out here. Never mind all that hassling. Come out here and join me. We're going to have a thrilling encounter. All right, Nigel. We've arrived at Supermatch. Now, we polled a studio audience some time ago that was in, actually, to have a look at Wendy Craig's new situation comedy, Butterflies. I know all that stuff. Wearing a butterfly as well. It's a little plug there for Wendy, otherwise she wouldn't have come on the program.
That's all right, darling. I fought the flab with you.
You won and I lost. This super match, we went to the audience and we put a blankety blank question to them. Some of them punched us in the mouth, but we got 3 most popular answers. The most popular was 150 blanks, second most popular 100, third most popular 50. Sergeant, pull back the upper echelon. Now what you've got to do is fill that blank. That's blank. Now you've got to pick 3 of our celebrities here to help you, Nigel. 3 of them, one at a time, and they'll be able to make suggestions. You don't have to take the suggestions. In fact, it would possibly be the wisest course not to, but still, we've got to do it this way. Who would you like to pick first of all?
I'd like to have Peter, please.
That's
Life.
okay. Who else would you like to help?
Wendy.
Wendy. Come on, Wens. They were your audience.
That's the limit.
That's the limit. Yeah, we've got to give alternatives, you see, because there are 3 alternatives there. That's life, that's the limit. Who else?
Judy, please.
Judy.
Responsibility.
It is heavy, heavy.
That's okay by me.
That's okay by me. Okay, right. What do you think of those?
Tremendous.
They are good, aren't they? Are you going to take any notice of any of them?
Yes, oh yes.
Are you? Which one?
I'm going to go for That's Life.
Ah, that Peter said that. We'll pull back the 50 blanks, first of all. That's my baby. That's my boy.
I would have said that's my boy, actually.
I would have said that.
But you weren't asked.
No. If you want to say it, though, that's okay.
No, I'm not going to say it at all.
Please, let's have the 100. That's all, folks. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
That's
Put a
a bugger.
150 of the blanks. That's like. Stand over there, Nigel. And now, we play another super match with the previous winner. Let's bring that lady on. It seems only about 3 years since I last saw you. What's your name again?
I'm Jill.
Of course you are, testing you. We poll this studio audience, we put a blankety-blank question to them, and they gave us a blankety-blank answer. And they're the three most popular, you see? 150, 100, 50. Nigel scored 150. So if you're going to match him on Supermatch, you're going to have to match the top. So let's pull back the first little drawer and see what we have. Blue. Blue. Don't, for a minute, ask who you think can help. Here, among these fine body of men and women gathered together here for these last rites. Who would you like to ask?
Wendy.
Wendy. Popular Wendy. Wendy, blue.
Tits. Ornithologically speaking.
I was just wondering what new depths this situation comedy is going to plunge.
This is humiliating. Judy nearly died of embarrassment in that dress.
We're back to Boyd's again. Blue tits. Who else would you like to help?
Peter.
Peter. Came backwards to you there, Peter, because you won the last one.
Yes,
You
right,
rascal.
yes.
Okay.
I'm on form now.
You are
reaching
indeed.
reaching a
And
peak
not
just
before
the end
time.
of the programme. No, quite. Well, it's my blue heaven. I think blue skies.
Blue skies, you see? He's thinking all the time, thinking. You wouldn't think he was thinking, but he is. All right. Blue skies, blue things, and another suggestion.
Jilly.
Jilly.
Blue Danube.
Blue Danube. Nice. Now, you can, at any stage, take their advice or ignore it completely. It was blue skies, blue tits, and blue Danube. Never said that on a program before.
I'm going for skies.
You're a brave little girl. I like you. Right, let's see the bottom. I've said... Blue moon. Blue moon. Okay. Well, we didn't say blue moon, we said blue skies. Please, God, let it be the right way up this time. For the 100. Blue Danube. That was yours, Jimmy. Let's have the top one, and this one you could match Nigel with. So here we go. Is it going to be the blue? Blue Peter.
It was a blue Peter. What a shame.
Thank you very much for taking part. And I shall get somebody to press a blankety-blank pen, perhaps even a blankety-blank checkbook into it. Don't laugh. These pens are jolly good if you can get the ink for them. Thank you very much, love. It's a pleasure having you on Blankety-Blank. All right. We have here, you've won 150 and the super match. Now, you can stick on the 150, of course, and I'll hate you forever if you do. All we want you to do is go for double up that 300. 300 blanks that could win you these three exciting prizes.
300 blanks tonight could win you a dishwasher, a colour TV set, or an 84-piece silver-plated canteen of cutlery.
Never! Absolutely amazing. It is good, isn't it? Okay, Nigel, head-to-head question right here. You've got to pick, unlikely as it may seem, one of these to assist you. They will write it down, and if it coincides with you, bingo, the 300 blanks. Okay. Right, who have you picked?
I thought you were going to ask me the question.
Never mind all that, just pick something.
I'll have Jilly, please.
I'll break your neck. Well, oh, he'll have you, Jilly. These school teachers, just watch him. Jilly is the one. Okay, Jilly, you're going to write it down, and you're going to answer me. Look at me now. Castles, blank. Castles, blank. Think about it. Okay, now you're hiding it. Put it away, Jilly, right? Jilly's got it written down. Castles. Castles. You're a tall fella, aren't you? Maybe I've lost height doing this program. Castles.
In the air. In the sky. In the air, sky.
Castles in the air, sky. Castles in the air, sky.
Couldn't you make them a bit more broad? Could they be a bit more broad?
Let's see.
Could you make them a bit more abroad?
You couldn't.
No.
Castles in the air. Castles in Spain it was, I'm afraid, Nigel. Thank you very much for taking part. You do, however, stick on the 150 blanks, and there are 3 more prizes to go with that, so we'll show them to you now.
And you have a choice for your 150 blanks for a music centre, a pine table and 2 benches, or a bicycle exercise.
Now, Nigel, not too much excitement, but what would you like there?
I'll take the pine table and 2 benches.
Good choice! Well done, Nigel. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our personalities, Peter, Wendy, Bill. That's Judy and Lenny and Gillian. I hope you'll join us for another Blankety Blank, some other blank day. Thank you. Good night. Gilly Cooper, that's who you should pick up. That's it.
Thank you.